Hello, I'm Paul Dychik, founder of Elastic Steel Method of Athletic Conditioning. Today we're going to talk about basic footwork. We're going to talk about the basic steps. Most people know it as a step slide. You step, you slide. You step, you slide. Front leg step, rear leg slide. Now, most people know how to do that, but the question that often comes up, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can actually hurt yourself, is do you strike with the heel or you strike with the toes? In other words, do you step like this or do you step like that? Okay? I got a question about that from someone whose instructor said you always have to strike with the toes. So the person was striking with the toes, however they were constantly getting cramps over here. And the reason for that is because they were doing it wrong. How can you do it wrong? You either step with the heel or you step with the toes, right? How can you do it wrong? Well, let's think about what you've been trained to do for years and years and years, and see that if you try to get away from that, you actually are doing it wrong. You're going against something that your body has been doing for many years. How do we walk? We walk with a heel strike, right? We walk forward, and as we walk, every time we step, there's a heel strike, then you roll on the toes, another heel strike. We do not walk like this. It's not possible. Okay? What does that transfer in fighting? How does that transfer into fighting? Well, if you're going to step with this leg aligned directly forward, you have to strike with the heel. Okay? And that's how you step. Some styles do that. That's how they step. They strike with the heel. That's how you're going to do it. If you try to strike with the toes, as the person who asked me this question was doing all the time, your body's not used to that. If the leg moves this way, it's used to strike with the heel. You've been doing it for a long time. Okay? The muscles here contract. The muscles here relax. So, that means that if you step and this leg, the kneecap, the toes are forward, you strike with the heel. Okay? Strike with the heel. Okay, now, we talk about walking forward. Now, what I would like for you to do is just go like this. Now, this is not how you move, actually, but I just want you to do that. You know how kids like to do that? Just do that. And then try to do the same thing on the heels. It's not happening. Okay, what does that tell you? If you don't believe me, try it. Try to do it on the toes, move sideways on the toes, move sideways on your heels, and you'll see you cannot move on your heels. What does that mean? That means that if you're going to attack sideways, do not do heel strikes. Not going to work. You move sideways, it's only toes. You touch the floor with your toes, not with your heel. Okay, so we established that. You move forward, is the heel. You move completely sideways, is the toes. Now what happens if you do what most martial arts styles do, where the body is turned about 45 degrees, not completely forward, not completely to the side, about 45 degrees, okay? Well, from here you actually have an option. You can turn this leg out when you step, and step with the heel. Or, you don't turn that leg out, and you step with the toes. Now this is the biomechanics of what the front foot is doing when you do the step slide. Now, I was also asked my personal opinion. I'll give you my personal opinion. Okay? When you step and you want to get there, you want to be as stable as possible so you can do something. If you get there and you're not stable, you cannot do anything once you got there. That means that if you got closer to your opponent, if you got further from your opponent, if you made an angle, if you made a cut, okay? So, having said that, my personal belief that unless you know that you're going to strike your opponent and everything is stable, okay, and you need to take a very long step for whatever reason, do not do the heel strikes, okay? I do it sometimes in those situations, but most often it's the toes, okay? You step with the toes. Now I want you to think about something, okay? Even if you don't have that situation or those conditions in front of you, I want you to think about them. You're walking, it's winter, okay? You're walking on ice. There's ice on the floor. And there's a puddle of water and you want to jump over it. Are you going to jump over it with your heels? Or are you going to jump over it with your toes touching? I guarantee you're going to jump over with your toes touching if you know what you're doing, if you have the feel for it. If not, your heel strikes, your heel can slide. You don't get much control touching the ground with your heel. Okay? You get much better control touching the ground with the toes and the heel drops right away. If you take a very long step, most likely you won't have to do that heel strike if you take a very long step. And some people do that. Okay? There's more weight transfer if you strike with the heel. However, there's less control if you do that. This week we talked about what your front foot does when we step. Next week we're going to talk about what your rear does and different things that you can do with your rear leg, and again my personal opinion on it. Today we just talk about the front leg. If you want to learn more about footwork, angles, fighting strategies, take a look at the link below, blue link below, and take a look at the Warrior Strategy online seminar.